Hello, and this is Wonderland, the Warp Forge. And today we are going through another Arkham file for you all. In this episode we are going for the leader variant of the Mad Hatter. This variant of the Mad Hatter is the one in the Wonderland gang starter set and is usually based on the new 52 Mad Hatter. So, without further ado, we'll just go through what really he is, because Hatter's a very interesting one for a leader. He is not built like a tank. He is not built for outright killing power, but he is part of the synergy of the whole gang, so to say. So, without further ado, we'll go through the stats. His strength is 5+, so his unarmed attacks will do 5 up damage. Well, can damage on a 5 or a 6. His movement is 3, so he's very fast. Well, I wouldn't say very fast, but he's above average fast. His strength and defense is 3, so he's not the strongest person, but it's that Mad Hatter. He's not meant to be based on Titan. His endurance 6, I think that makes him the weakest leader in the game so far, and special is 3. Now, it seems a bit naff, I can see. He's very weak, but he's very fast. His willpower is 8, which is average for a leader. So, how does that implement in the game so far? Well, it's all to do with his personal traits, which I'll just go through now. He has dodge, which basically means that he can dodge bullets and stuff if he can, spending movement points to roll equal or less than the movement dice. Then the movement statistic, sorry. In addition, he has handyman, so he doesn't pay manipulation points to grab loot and to manipulate stuff. He has mastermind, which adds +1 dice counter to the dice pool or the dice bag for raising the plan. He is small, so he has an 8 cm movement, hence why he needs 3 movement. But he also gets +1 to ping rolls, so 5 ups become 4 ups, and 4 ups become 3 ups, and so on and so on. And he has weak, and this is the big one that really draws him back. Weak basically means that for every damage he gains, he loses a point of willpower, instead of it being 2 points of damage to lose 1 point of willpower. So that really, really hurts him. But he has special traits which really bump him back up between middle ground, I would say, to bump him back up to leader status. He has charm. Whenever this character becomes the target of a melee attack, the attacker must pass a willpower roll or the attack automatically fails. So yes, that's a big one. When I've been playing Hatter, I've accidentally forgot this, but I've started to get the hang of it, and every time I've used charm, it's really, really helped. For the likes of Deathstroke just failing a charm roll, or Silver Spectre from the Watchmen, spending like 4 to 5 attack on Titan doses and then just going, oh look, failed willpower roll, you can't attack. So that is a big one. That keeps him back into leader status in my opinion. He also has his specialty. I'm waiting, see that pun? That specialty? Which is his mind control device. Obviously I'm thinking it's going to be more like a stopwatch or something, because I haven't read too much on the Wonderland gang in the new 52. But just throw some tea on someone. There we go. Once per round, a character with this trait may choose an enemy model within its line of sight and no further than 20 centimeters away. The target immediately suffers the hypnotise effect, which means that they do have to roll a willpower test still, because that's part of the hypnotise effect. If the target fails the willpower roll, gain 1 victory point. So that's put him right back into leader status for me personally. Why does it put him back to leader status? Because his stats are crap. I'm not going to lie, but they're designed to be crap because he's more of his specialist things. With Hatter, I'm not going to say he's beginner friendly. He isn't. We're going to go more into that, into like an overview of the whole Wonderland gang as a whole, but he isn't a beginner friendly gang. He is a steep learning curve, and I've learned the hard way with Hatter how much of a steep learning curve he is. But once you get the hang of it, once you get the hang of the game, of the rules, and then you'll start to get the hang of Hatter. Once you've got the hang of Hatter, he's a very, very, very hard little leader like. So what does he do? What does he offer the gang? Well, he's 75 rep and he's no funding. So basically he's one of the cheapest leaders as well, so that gives you more room to fill in for more henchmen or free agents or the rest of the Wonderland gang. The choice is yours. He does have a weapon. As you can see in his hand, he has the pistol. The Cal 060 gun. That does 3 blood damage. That's a big one. Sorry, but that goes bang! Rate of fire 1, which is absolutely brilliant. I know people will think that rate of fire 1's a bit crap, especially for what it is, but listen to the rest. 3 ammo, so you can fire it 3 times, and his special is a firearm, so wounds on a 2, damage is on a 2+. It's short range, so it's 20 centimeters, and it's push. Now, push basically means that if you've scored a damage roll, and you roll the crap or damage dice, whatever the number is, you push the target of Hatter's caliber 60 gun that many centimeters in any direction you want. At first I thought it was the opposite, directly the opposite towards Hatter, but it's not. You can just move it anywhere, so you can literally use the pistol to move characters off objectives. That's a big thing in Batman, since Batman loves to revolve around objectives and objective-based areas. That is such a big difference. Now, how do you really use Tetch? Again, I'm going to be in more detail about this in the Wonderland gang as a whole, because I think the Wonderland gang deserve a video on the one as a whole. Is that it's all about movement, positioning, because if you just fly Hatter out there in the wide open, he's going to get shot, he's going to get backclawed, sniped from Batman and the likes. He's just not going to do much. He can try and buck people down, he will try to, and he's got a good chance of charm, but once there's too many people right in front of him, he's going to bottle it, and you don't want Hatter bottling it at all. His mind control device is a very good recalibrate. It's a recalibration, because if you're playing the whole Wonderland gang, you're usually going to play at very few model count because the cache is so high. So the mind control device is there to basically, on the board, get more miniatures on your side, using your opponent's miniatures. It's a dirty tactic, but I tell you what, it's so much fun when it goes off and you hypnotise the likes of like Silver Spectre and key points of henchmen, and Red Hood. I've managed to do the Arkham Knight Red Hood, hypnotise onto him. That was great. But again, it's all about movement, positioning. You've got to really be careful, have support around him, so that whatever happens, he's got something to fall back onto. Bodyguards are great around Hatter. If you get the Blackgate prisoner set the bodyguard in, Tweedledum, Tweedledee are both bodyguards. If you just got bodyguards, dishing out the damage to all those bodyguards with like between 4 to 6 endurance, Hatter's just going to go around just firing his pistol. Again, his pistol's rate of fire 1. People say that's crap. I disagree. Movement 3, fly him out. Well, I won't say fly him out, but move him out because he's got the movement distance 2. Yes, he is 8 centimeters. You can sprint for 16. Run for 16 centimeters. But if there's anything that you know, or you know your opponent doesn't have ranged weapons, you can use more movement dice to get closer, to use the mind control device and the caliber 60 gun. Again, another synergetic point about the mind control device and the gun is that you can use both, because because the mind control device doesn't class as an attack, it's an ability. So you literally just, how I've always put it is straightforward, 3 movement counters from his willpower, 3 points of willpower on his special, then 2 willpower points either on attack or defense. And I've said either attack or defense because it depends on the situation of where the Hatter is. The Hatter is absolutely devastating if you use him right, but again, you're gonna need a few games to get the hang of him, because unless you're some sort of genius mastermind, excuse the pun because he does have personal traits of mastermind, if you're like some sort of boy tech genius, you're going to need a few games with him, because most likelihood is you're not going to win your first game or first few games with Hatter. Again, he is a steep learning curve. If you do one mistake with Hatter, you're going to get punished. If your opponent notices it, you're going to get so punished. And I don't mean this to put people off Hatter, because again, there's too many upsides to Hatter, but he's a synergetic character. He's not a character who just flies out there and beats face. He works with his gang, the Wonderland gang, which is an ultimate playstyle. It's very nice. It is really, really nice playstyle, and that's what I like about Batman. That it gives ultimate playstyles without having to feel gimped or jelly-legged, so to say. Again, he has dodge, so range attacks he'll try to dodge as well, if it comes to that. And yes, that's all I can really say. Just be careful of your opponents, look at the board. You've really got to assess the board and what you've got to do. You've got to really plan ahead. Because with Hatter, again, he's a steep learning curve, and I know I'm repeating myself and regurgitating myself over and over again, but I can't stress it enough. Hatter is a good leader, but he has such a steep learning curve that you will need a few games to get the hang of him. Aside from that, he does work well, especially with the White Rabbit or anything with blood damage, or at least 1 blood damage, because when you're attacking opponents, 3 blood damage on a henchman, they're usually 4 to 5 will endurance. So already that's like nearly a half or over a half of your blood damage, of your damage. Again, that's absolutely beautiful. If you wanted to, you could literally just fire the pistol, get a damage off, 3 damage, move him towards a henchman with blood damage, ramp up the attack power on the henchman with blood damage, fly that guy up and end 1 miniature. Again, it's synergy. He is a synergetic character. He's not like the Joker. He's most certainly not like Bane. He goes in with his gang. And that's really it at the moment. So that was the Mad Hatter. I hope you enjoyed the Mad Hatter. If you enjoyed what you see and you want to see more Arkham files on various leaders and gangs and free agents and stuff, then don't hesitate to like and subscribe. If you want to talk about the Hatter, or if there's any questions you have about the Hatter that you don't know how to explain, or there's something that I haven't went over, or there's a synergy that you think might be even more helpful than the video, then please don't hesitate to comment. I like talking about Batman and whatever, and I'd like to hear new opinions all the time. So, this is the Warp Forge, signing off, and remember, keep on forging.